what I want to do today is just refresh on some of these systems and some of these processes that a lot of us have been trying to get together this whole year, and I just want to check in on them and see how they're going. So this is going to be great, especially for you, Jessica and KP, to hear some of this stuff, because you know it's all about going through the process and doing the process and sticking to it. Daniel, he's not on this call today. Daniel is someone who I rave about, is because Daniel just follows the process. He just does it, and his stuff has exploded. He's been consistently sending out his gifts. He's been making the calls. He's been posting. He's been doing what we preach to do here, and his business is seeing the results. He said that he passed six figures in his business a few months ago, when this was literally back in February. I told him to quit his job. He quit his job. I told him to cancel your Zillow leads. He did that, and we just focused on the database in the process, and he already hit six figures a few months ago. And so he's just kind of chilling right now and taking vacations and all that kind of stuff, which is great. I mean, everybody should reward yourself once you hit that goal. But it's also important to know what got you there, where are these agents finding success, and just always refresh on this process. So the first thing that I want to make sure that we all know are what the theme days are. Okay. So our theme days are who we're gonna call, who we're gonna reach out to, what day of the week. All right. So I break them up into a 5-day work week, just Monday through Friday, simple. And one thing that everyone has on your calendar, your time blocked schedule, is your power hour. Okay. That's an hour to 2 hours of calling, setting up appointments. So, what Holly just mentioned a few minutes ago is an example of what takes place in that power hour. You make the calls, you set the appointments, then you have your lunch appointments, your coffee appointments, your meet and greets for the whole week, because you are making those calls during power hour. I always like to schedule my lunches, my coffee meetings for the next day, or for 48 hours after, or if your schedule's already booked, do them for the next week, but that gets done in your power hour. So on that first day, which is Monday, we focus on our VIPs and our favorite people. Okay, that's one of the first lists that you create once you join Power Unit. And this list gets refreshed. Okay, I do mine's probably 3 to 4 times a year. If you feel like you need to do yours more often, you can do that. But whenever someone sends me a referral, they're going on that VIP list. Okay, you've become a VIP once you've sent me a referral. It can be a friend, a family member of yours. It could be another realtor who sent you a referral. They get put on your VIP list. Next Tuesday, that's going to be your current clients. Now, you may say, "Hey, I don't have a lot of clients that I'm currently working with, so how am I going to fill the whole hour?" Okay, well, you're not just going to be calling the clients that you're working with. You're calling the lenders, you're calling the title companies, you're calling the other agent on the other side of the transaction. You're calling all these people to get updates. You're calling all these people to show how good of an agent that you are. One thing that I've learned by being in this business for so long is that a lot of this that I've done over time has helped me out tremendously in the future. And you never know how it's going to help you, but I can kind of tell you how it's helped me. So all those times that I was calling the opposite lenders on the opposite side of the deal to get updates, they've sent me business today, because they've said, "We really like the way that you handle business." They've wanted to create those referral partnerships with me. Those other agents, some of them have joined me at EXP, so they are now part of my RevShare network. Some of them have accepted offers that I've sent them just because they know how I work in multiple offer situations. They've accepted offers. Title companies, send me gifts, want to join our programs, want to sponsor events, want to pay for stuff. People see this stuff that you do. Although it may seem like busy work in your head, you're planting seeds in other people's minds. You're being that model agent. It's kind of like you having an open house and neighbors are stopping by. Some agents are going to look at that as saying, oh, they were just a neighbor. Hell no, I don't look at it like that. That's an opportunity for me. Okay. I'm going to show my best self to them because what do I want them to do? I want them to list their home with me. I want them to want to work with me. I love when a neighbor enters an open house. There you go, Daniel. I was just bragging about you, but I love when a neighbor enters an open house. So shift that perspective. Okay, you calling all these people on all sides of the deal, for one, is so that you can provide a well-rounded update to your client. Something that I hate. Something that I hate is when I call a client, when I call my client, and they tell me something that somebody else said that I don't know about. I hate when they tell me, oh, well, the lender told me this, or oh, well, the title company reached out and told me this. And then I'm the one that's sitting there like I haven't spoken and communicated with everybody. So that's another reason why I call all sides of the deal on Tuesdays to make sure that when I call my client, if there's things that they don't know, I'm delivering it to them. But if there's things that they do know, we're all on the same page. They know that I'm on top of things. I follow that up with an email to my client with just a recap of everything, which I highly recommend you do just to keep everything in writing. I send it from my CRM so I have a record of it. Okay, it's just one of those little steps. I send it from my CRM, and there we go. Now we have great communication. Now we have great records. Now, if anything comes back, oh, we never discussed that. Yeah, we did on the 25th, but no worries. I was on top of it and I already took care of it, whatever the case is. Okay, so that's what we do on Tuesdays. If you let it, it can take that full hour of your power hour. Next, Wednesday, it's those it's those hot and those old leads. We all have an old lead. Okay, just think about it. If you collect every single lead that you've generated in your business, whether it's this year, whether it's last year, the year before, okay, think about how many people you can actually call. How many of you are keeping good records? You know, leads come from all over the place. I get leads through Facebook messages, through text messages of random people that I don't have in my phone, through tweets, through Instagram DMs, and I immediately have to put it somewhere. Okay, because I found myself so many times saying, dang, I know somebody reached out to me about buying, or somebody reached out to me about this and that, but where did they reach out to me on? Okay, so you need to keep those good records. If you gather your leads in your CRM and you label them properly, you have old leads to call. Everybody's complaining, oh, I haven't gotten any leads, or the leads are slow, and you want to complain to realtor.com or Zillow or your team leaders or whoever it is, when in actuality you haven't taken care of the leads that you already have. What is that closing ratio looking like? Okay, how are we labeling leads? I'm gonna give you how I label leads, how I label referrals. Okay, because I want to know where they're coming from. First, you have your current client referrals. Who's getting current client referrals right now? Raise your hand. Great, great. If you're not getting current client referrals, it's on you. It's on you. The one time that people are actively talking about real estate with everybody that they know is while they're in a real estate transaction. Okay, they're either praising or they're complaining. They're either excited or they're mad about something, but they're talking to somebody. That's your opportunity to capture those referrals from people. You should be getting current client referrals. Think about this. You are working with someone for probably a month or two. That's enough time for you to get at least one referral from them. Next, you got your past client referrals. Okay, who do we call on Thursdays? We call past clients. Who do we mail gifts to every month? Past clients. If you're not getting past client referrals, it's a problem. Past clients are going to become one of your top referral sources. It can get to a point, if you let it, if you work it, it can get to a point where you don't have to pay any outside service for business. You don't have to run not one Facebook ad. You don't even have to post real estate. If you're working this database the right way, you can get by like me and not even have to post a property to get in referrals. You can get, did y'all see that post that I put in Power Unit yesterday of one of my past clients literally put on their Instagram story the gift that she received this month. And it was just some recipe cards. And she literally wrote in there that she purchased from me 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And I'm still sending her gifts. She posted that on her Facebook, on her Instagram story. I looked at her profile because I'm not even friends with her on Instagram. I looked at her profile. There's like 4,500 people that follow her. 4,500 people that saw that. And guess what else she did? She tagged me and she tagged my real estate team. That's a past client marketing for you now. But look, that's the stuff that people, they don't see me doing. You all know that we do it. You all know because I talk about it here, but you've probably never seen me put in a Facebook post the gifts. You've never seen me put on a Instagram post the gifts, because this isn't just me working in the business. Okay, so past client referrals. Then you have past clients who work with you again. Okay, who you did a good job with, who you stayed in touch with, that want to continue to work with you. Okay, so even though somebody's done something, even though you think that they'll never move again, that you sold them their forever home, don't stop, because you never know. You never know what could come up. They could win the lottery tomorrow. You never know. Okay, people run into money all the time. And on the flip side, people unfortunately lose a lot of money all the time. Okay, so it's important to make sure that you're staying in touch with your past clients. When does it start? When does staying in touch with your past clients start? Starts immediately. There's no window. Oh, I just sold them last month. Okay, call, check on them this month, see how they're doing. Throw them a housewarming party. Send them a gift, a cleaning kit. Do a pop by, check and see how everything's going. It starts immediately. These are all opportunities that you can capture, because what it's going to seem like when you let too much space pass, it's going to seem like you're only reaching out to them because you need something. Or you're going to have to make that call and say, sorry, I haven't been in touch with you. My bad. I'm going to do a better job about it. We've all had to do it. But who likes to make that call? I don't. So start it immediately. Put things in your business, actions in your business, to where it won't feel so awkward. It doesn't feel awkward that I call them a month after they've closed to see how their new home is going. It doesn't feel awkward that I call them 2 weeks after they close to see if they want to have a housewarming party. It's not awkward that I call them to invite them to an education class to help them out owning their new home. Those aren't awkward. But it's awkward when you don't have those practices in place and you're just calling to say, hey, do you have any referrals for me? Or hey, are you ready to sell again? Do you want a free CMA? Like get the heck out of here, you know? So put that stuff in your business. This isn't just busy work. It all has a reason behind it. Next, personal friends. Are y'all calling your personal friends during power hour? Don't write them off. Don't write your friends off. And don't think that they're going to automatically send you business. Don't think that they're going to automatically send you business. Like, I can tell y'all some of the things that my friends have told me, and it's completely my fault. You know, it's completely my fault, so I'm okay with it. But they've told me, oh, I didn't know that you even worked in that price point. I thought you only did luxury. Oh, you probably wouldn't want to work with them because they're kind of crazy. Or, oh, um, I didn't know that they were serious. So I didn't want them to waste your time. So I just handed them off to this person. They'll come up with all kinds of excuses. They're Holly, my friends never want to give people my cell phone number. Like, so it's important to call your personal friends. Okay. We think just because there are personal friends, yeah, they may work with us. They may say Holly's my realtor or Bernard is my realtor, but what about all those people who they encounter? Do they know to say the same things to them? Do they know how to market you? Have you trained them on what to say when they hear somebody talking about real estate? Okay, so
Can you go over a little bit of that, Chasen? I've heard you say that like several different times about how you prep people for sending you good referrals. But what are some examples whenever you are talking to either personal friends or speaking with business owners?
yeah, so it's super simple because I like to keep it casual. So first I'll ask them, "Hey, do you ever hear anybody who talks about real estate, whether buying, selling, leasing, blah blah blah?" And then they'll say yes most of the times, and then I'll say, "Do you ever refer them over to anybody?" And then they'll say no, or I don't know what to say, or I just stay out of it, or they may say yeah. Sometimes I do. If they say that they do, I literally ask them, "What do you say to them?" You know, so that I can hear what they're saying. And if they don't, I'll tell them, "Hey, I've been really working to try to get more referrals from people just like you, and so the next time that you hear somebody talking about real estate, no matter the price point, no matter the location, can you please get their information and let them know that you have a real estate agent that you recommend to everybody, that they're the best in town? And would it be okay if I pass them your information?" That's it. Super simple. Okay. Um, and so a few things that I do with that, I always tell them to capture their information, because I don't like that whole, oh, I'm going to give them your number type of deal. I want to have their number. I let them know that I work in all areas. And when I say all areas, I'm not just meaning the greater Tyler area or the greater DFW. I'm meaning all of the United States. And I tell them any price point. And then I also make sure I say, which I said at the beginning, buy, sell, or lease. I want them to know any type of real estate transaction. And most of the times people are like, okay, so it's super simple. All right. I don't want to give them a whole paragraph to say super simple, but just those key things. Any price point, any area, and would it be okay if I pass your information to him? He's the best in town. All right. So, yeah, super simple. Next, realtors. Realtors. Do not write off realtors. I get probably probably 1 to 2 referrals a week from realtors. All right. This is big. This is big, especially for an agent like me. Luckily, I have a team, so I just pass them to them. But before, like, okay, so we have this town called Denton, right? Denton, I guess, is part of DFW, but I'm not about to drive to Denton. I'm I'm just not driving that far. And it's just me. But I've referred deals to other realtors out there in Denton. I have an agent here on my team. His name's Fabio. Fabio has literally taken a listing and now he's helping a buyer in Austin, Texas. And we're here in Dallas. But Chasen's not going to do that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to refer it out. Other agents do the same thing. I have agents who are in Allen, which is probably about 25, 30 minutes, who have sent me deals of people who they have moving down to the city because they say, hey, that's not the area that I work. We know that you do a lot down there. Here you go. So other realtors are still a source. Get out of your head, if you have it in your head that you can't talk to other realtors, they're just all competition, this and that, I don't want to share a secret. None of that. Make them your allies, especially realtors who aren't in your general area. Okay, make yourself the authority in your area to where they want to send you business. Next, there's advertisements. So of course, Facebook ads, billboards, whatever you have out there, there are those advertisements. Then business partners. Business partners. When you elevate yourself as an entrepreneur, not just a real estate agent, but as an entrepreneur, you start associating with other entrepreneurs. One thing about me, I don't go to these realtor happy hours. I just don't. Okay. But I do go to happy hours. I go to the attorney happy hours. I go to the Young Professionals Networks happy hours. I've been to the some of these doctor happy hours before. People ask me like, how do I get on these boards that have nothing to do with real estate? It's because I go out to these other things and go network and mingle with these other business people. Okay, it's all about networking. And then there's builders. All right, builders. Now, of course, a lot of you know the big builders, the DR Hortons, the KB Homes, the whatever, all of those. Those are not the ones that I'm talking about. I'm talking about those custom builders, those husband and wife builders, those even those flippers sometimes. They may just build 5 to 10 homes a year. They're not opening large subdivisions. I have a few of those in my back pocket. I network with those. We've shared deals. They've sent me clients that can't pay at their price point. One of my builders, Integrity Custom Homes, they're actually out of McKinney, which is far north, and that's mostly where they build, but they'll build anywhere. Guess what? Anything that's here in the city, they have me find the land, and I brokered the land deal. Okay? They literally have me find them land deals to build their clients' homes on. You know? So that's a good builder to have. While most people are out there chasing these mass production builders, you know, that don't really give listings to agents, really, or that want to cut your commission or whatever the case is. No, I'm going to these custom builders, and those are the ones that I'm networking with. Okay. So those are all of the different referral sources. Track those. Track where your referrals are coming from. Track those people. You need to have something in place in your business that when you receive a referral, you do X, Y, and Z. So something I send is a lottery ticket. I send a lottery ticket for whenever someone sends a referral. I think, Daniel, I sent you a referral. You sent me back a $5 Starbucks gift card. It was awesome. Who's doing something like that?
Yeah, I do $5 Starbucks gift cards for referrals.
Guess what? When you start doing that, it starts to get people excited about sending you referrals, and they want to send you more and more. I send them to agents. I send them to all these other people, friends, family. I may take somebody, if they've sent me a bunch of them, I may take them to a Mavs game. I've done that before. Okay. But it's all about training people. It's all about doing those actions so that they continue to send you that referral. Okay. So We talked about Monday. We talked about Tuesday. We talked about Wednesday. And that's how we got off on these different lead sources by these hot and old leads. Something is so cool when you receive a referral because it's not like you're trying to chase down a Zillow lead to have them answer the phone. Guess what? If I reach out to somebody who's been referred to me and they're not answering, guess what I do next? I'll put the person who referred them and the client on a group text. Or I may call the person and say, hey, I've been trying to get in touch with your buddy. Can you reach out to them for me? But most times I'll just put them on a group text. All right. These are those A leads right there. Refer with value. Okay. We want those. Thursdays are your past clients. Still calling your past clients. And then Fridays are your referral partners, your builders, your business people, all of that. If you are truly making the calls like you're supposed to, you should be getting appointments and you should be getting referrals. If your appointments calendar is dry, it's because you're not making the calls or you're not closing for the appointment. You're not inviting them. Heck, have an appointment over Zoom if you have to. Don't even make that Corona excuse. Have the appointment over Zoom. But I bet you people are out and about. And I bet you they're going out to eat and they're hanging out. Close for that appointment. Once you actually get them, close for that appointment, immediately put it on your calendar. Fill that in there. Don't forget about it. Make it a game, make it a goal to have all of your lunch appointments filled in your time block calendar. It's super easy. It's super easy. We all have a good amount of leads. And if you don't, guess what? LinkedIn is a great place to start. LinkedIn is such a great place to start. Here's why I love LinkedIn for a few things. And you have to search on the advanced tab, get in LinkedIn and click on advanced. But I love LinkedIn for one, because for the most part, I only accept people that I kind of have some type of connection with. And then secondly, LinkedIn is really good about showing you who you're in common with. Okay, so if there's other business people who you know, you can ask for that connection. Something that one of my old financial planners used to do every time I would go and meet with him, and it would annoy the crap out of me, but it was so brilliant. Every time I would go and meet with him, he'd have a printout of probably 5 to 10 people from my LinkedIn. And he would ask me, hey, out of all these people, who should I meet? Or who should I talk to? And I would literally like this was what would close out our meeting every single time. And I'd sit there and look at that list and I'd be like, oh, she's super nice. Oh, this guy, he's a real firecracker. Like, you want to bring your A. But I would literally sit there and do it like an assignment. And then next thing you know, I'm connecting him with people from my network. So guess what? I started doing that. And it works. Like, people do it, you know? LinkedIn. If you want to use Facebook, you can, but I prefer using LinkedIn, especially for some of these business people. But look on that advanced tab, and on that advanced tab, check the box that says first or second connection. Okay, those will show you people who you are either directly connected with or you're connected with by one other person. And do that. Just go through that. You can make these lists. Daniel, did you want to say something? Sorry.
No, sorry, I was trying.
Okay. You can make these contact lists. You can make these contact lists. If you sit down, if you truly feel like you don't have anybody to call, sit down and go through your social media networks. It's okay to look at somebody's profile and say, I wish I had that person in my corner. And if you say that by looking at somebody's profile, now it's your time to get to work. Okay. Now it's your time to get to work. Make that straight up that intro call. It just hit them up, say, hey, I'll just use you as an example. Hey Daniel, look, you may not know me, but we are connected on Facebook and I always see your posts and they're entertaining, they're so motivating. Look, I'd really just love to get to know you and what you do and how your business operates. Can I take you to grab a cup of coffee or can I take you to lunch? Bam, that's it. I like what you're doing. I want to know more. Can I take you to lunch? That's a well respected introduction, a well respected way to get somebody to lunch, to an appointment. I'm not hitting them with, hey, you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or like none of that yet. I'm just making these connections right now. Okay. So those are your theme days. Those are your lists. We have our past client lists, and they could be past clients of any business, any business. We have our VIP people. We have our referral partners. And we need to have that friends and family list. Okay. Put these people in your database. Your goal, your goal, you want to get that database as big as possible. If that database isn't growing, your business isn't growing. Okay. You're going to be on the hamster wheel like I was. I was just doing whatever came, whatever, whenever somebody called, I was just waiting for the phone to ring. I wasn't doing above and beyond. Then I got off that hamster wheel and I got back to work. I got back to it, making those connections, meeting those new people. That's where opportunities start to present themselves. You know, people always ask me like, how'd you get in this magazine? How'd you get on this? How'd you get on the radio? How'd you like it's all just from who you know. Literally, it's all just from who you know. Those people aren't sitting there going through thousands of Facebook profiles to see who's the most qualified to have on their radio show. No, they're literally sitting there telling their boss, oh, I met this sharp person at this event. They're in real estate. We can have them come on and talk about this and that. Okay, get them on. That's how that stuff happens. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to make those calls. You have to meet people and you have to take care of them. That's what's going to explode your business in 2021. All right. Work on that daily schedule too. If your time block schedule still isn't what it needs to be, it's on you at this point. Work on it. All right. We can't have any more excuses. Now it's the fast lane, y'all. And we got to hit it and we got to hit it hard. 2021 is going to prove something about a lot of people in this business. A lot of people fell out this year. A lot of people may get back in next year. It may be heavy on the competition next year. A lot of people got a lot of money to make up because they haven't been making much money this year. So you have to be on your A game. You have to be the one that they think of, that they reference to, that they call. Have people in your corner. The only way that's going to happen, though, is if you make it happen. It's not, nobody's going to send you business just because. They want to know that they're sending it to the right person. They want to know that they're going to be taken care of. Some people want to know that they're going to be rewarded. They're going to look forward to that $5 Starbucks gift card. You know, whatever it is, though, once you get this process going, it's just going to go like clockwork. It's just part of your process. Just think about it. When you go on a listing appointment and you sign a listing, you have a process. You know what you're going to do next, what you're going to do after that, what you're going to do. Same thing. Once you get a referral, you have this process. Okay. You're going to put it in your CRM. You're going to call them within the first hour. You're going to send out something to the person who referred them. You're going to call that referral person and you're going to give them an update that you spoke with them. You're going to have this process for that. Don't let these other areas of your business not get attention because you're just so focused on the deal. Okay. Some people go to places literally because of the customer service. I like their process. It's an easy process. They make it simple for me. I don't have to call and check up on it because I know that they're gonna call me. I like doing with them because they're not random. I know every Tuesday between 11 and 12, I'm gonna get an update call from Chasten. I don't have to call him Friday, Saturday, Thursday, wonder what's going on. Okay. So perfect your process. Get it right. Get it right. Get it right. You can do it. All right.